Hello everyone, I hope everybody is doing fine. In our today's video, we're going to discuss about the important dates for the CAT and the non-CAT exams. Apart from that, the notifications as well as the tentative dates for the top B schools. So if you're somebody who's planning to appear for the MBA entrance tests this year, make sure that you're paying attention to this video. So without any further ado, let's get started. So to begin with, the most important entrance test that every MBA aspirant aims for is CAT. It is conducted once every year to get admissions into the 20 IIMs in India and of course the other non-IIMs as well. The registration window for this year's CAT exam is already opened. It began from 3rd of August and the last date for you to register for this particular exam is going to be 14th September. This year's CAT will be conducted on 27th November. Now talking about the other important non-CAT exams, the first one that we have is SNAP. SNAP is conducted to get admissions into Symbiosis. Now the registration window for this particular exam has already opened. It began from 4th of August and the last date for you to register for this particular exam is going to be 24th November. SNAP is conducted in 3 different slots every year, and this year each aspirant is eligible to appear for this exam thrice. That means you can appear for all the 3 slots and your best score amongst all these 3 slots would be considered. These 3 slots are 10th December, 18th December and 23rd December. Moving ahead, next we have NMAT. NMAT is conducted to get admissions into NMIMS, that is Narsi Munji Institute of Management Studies. Again, the registration slots for NMAT are already opened. It began on 1st of August and the last date for you to register for this particular exam is going to be 10th of October. Now, the deal with NMAT exam is it opens a 74 days window, alright, and each aspirant can appear 3 times throughout this window. That means you can give exams thrice throughout the 74 days window. So this duration would begin from 10th of October and you need to give your last attempt by 19th. Talking about XAT, XAT is the entrance test to get admissions into Xaviers, and the registration window for XAT is already opened. The registrations began from 10th of August and the last date for you to register yourself for XAT exam this year is going to be 30th November. This year's XAT exam would be conducted on 8th of January next year, that is 2023. Moving further, another very important non-CAT exam that we have is TISNET. Again, the official notifications for the TISNET exam are not out as yet, but the registration most probably should begin by December this year and the exam should be conducted somewhere in February next year. Talking about IIFT, that is Indian Institute of Foreign Trade, it conducts its own entrance test. Again, the official notifications for IIFT are not out as yet, but it should come somewhere in the month of September. Majority of the MBA aspirants aim to get admissions into the IIMs, and there are certain things that you need to keep in mind when you're registering yourself for the same. First and the most important thing is these IIMs don't require any separate registrations. That means if you are filling in your CAT form, you don't have to separately apply for these 20 institutes. Second important thing, make sure that you're checking your eligibility before filling in the forms. Talking about the other B schools apart from the IIMs, there is something that all of you need to know. You need to apply separately for these B schools apart from registering for their preferred entrance tests. For example, if I talk about FMS Delhi, which is a very reputed institute that comes under Delhi University, it considers your CAT scores. But apart from registering for the CAT exam, you need to register separately or fill in an application separately for the FMS itself. Now the registration dates for FMS are yet to be announced and they should come out somewhere in the month of October. Similarly, talking about MDI Gurgaon, it considers your CAT score again, but it needs to be registered separately. The registration for the same should begin somewhere in September. Talking about SPJIMR, again considers your CAT score, but the registration for this particular institute should begin somewhere in the second week of September. Talking about IMT Ghaziabad, it considers your CAT, XAT and GMAT scores, and the registration for the same, for the institute should begin somewhere in the months of November or December. Finally, talking about MICA. MICA conducts its own entrance test called MyCAT, which is conducted twice every year. But apart from appearing for the MyCAT exam, it is compulsory for an aspirant to appear for the CAT or the XAT or the GMAT exam. So you need to take the CAT, XAT or GMAT exam apart from appearing for the MyCAT. Alright, moving ahead, talking about IIFT Delhi. It conducts its own entrance test called IIFT, but you need to register separately for the institute, and the registration should open in the month of October. Talking about 4, considers your CAT and XAT score. The registration for the institute should open in the month of September. Next, we have XLRI. XLRIs consider your XAT score, but except for XLRI Jamshedpur, you need to fill in the application forms for the other campuses individually, apart from registering for the XAT exam. And the registration dates for the various campuses are yet to be announced. Similarly, talking about Symbiosis, all the different campuses of Symbiosis need to be registered or applied to separately, apart from filling in the form for the SNAP exam, and the registration for the different campuses should open in the months of November or December. Talking about NIRMA and IMI, both of these consider your CAT scores, and the registrations for the same for NIRMA should be in the months of from August to December, and for IMI it should be in the month of December. So this brings us to the end of the video, and towards the conclusion I would like to say that each aspirant should apply for all the CAT as well as the non-CAT exams like XAT, MAT, SNAP, GMAT, CMAT, etc. Make sure that you have ample of options apart from just restricting yourself to the CAT exam. Talking about TestNet, make sure that you're applying for the exam only when you have an interest in it, because it offers you courses in social sciences and healthcare. Apart from that, appear for MHCET exam only when you are a Maharashtra domicile, because that it would give you an additional advantage. And otherwise also, if you have certain interest in the different campuses, make sure that you're registering for the exam. Talking about IIMD, only apply for this particular institute when you are able to score more than 85 percentile in your mocks. If you found this video useful, make sure that you press the like button and subscribe to our channel for the further notifications and interesting videos. Thank you.